Welcome to Cravings Control for Fat Loss. I'm your host, Laura Cavallo, former sugar binger, overeater, and yo-yo dieter turned fat loss and cravings coach for hundreds of busy women. Here at Cravings Control for Fat Loss, I'll be sharing mindset, movement, and metabolism strategies for those who are ready to ditch the fat diet cycle and slim down without counting calories, tracking points, or giving up any of the foods they love. Get ready to embrace progress over perfection, grace over guilt, and bring curiosity and learning to the inevitable ups and downs of your life. Expect a decrease in your cravings while seeing and feeling an improvement in how you look, how you feel, and your overall quality of life. I am so excited you're here, boo. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of Cravings Control for Fat Loss. My name is Laura Cavallo, your cravings coach, and today's episode is the third in a 4-part series titled Satisful Nutrition, Weight Loss Without Self-Sabotage. Today's episode outlines Part 2 of Satisful Nutrition, which is Seasonal and Cravings Strategies. So if you haven't listened to the previous 2 episodes, I want to encourage you to go back. The first episode just gives you an outline of the 3-step process that is required for weight loss without overeating, cravings, hunger, and mindless snacking. And those 3 steps make up our Satisful Nutrition framework. The first step is Satisful Plates, which is the episode right before this one. And I dive into all of the elements that we teach you when we help you create Satisful Plates. And then today's episode is going to outline sort of the concepts around seasonal strategies and craving strategies that are going to help you stay consistent so that you can prioritize satisful meals while you're eating out, while you're traveling, and while life is a little bit more unpredictable. Now, this is the phase that is going to take the longest in the sense of not just from an application standpoint, right? We can apply serve and go, and we know how to create satisful plates. And sure, we can tell the people around us that we have a weight loss goal or we're trying to eat healthier and manage our cravings better. But there's a difference between just saying things and doing things and actually believing them and coming at them from a healthy mindset and a healthy approach. So while a lot of these are application-based, they also require a certain shift in your perspective around diet and nutrition and how you view quote unquote healthy eating. And this might be a departure from what you've experienced in the past. Well, I'm going to venture to say that it probably is, because most of us have grown up with an idea that healthy eating is restrictive and it's protein, it's chicken and broccoli, it's clean eating, it's no salt, it's no creamy dressing, it's no sweets, it's, maybe 1 piece of chocolate and limiting alcohol and taking out all of the joys of life, right? But what I've experienced and, what my methods have proven is that elimination, restriction just doesn't work. And instead of teaching women how to lose weight and control cravings at the expense of the joys of life, I've taught them how to incorporate a more balanced and moderate and a more satisful approach to nutrition. But if you're someone that has struggled with cravings and insatiable hunger and overeating, and you have an unhealthy relationship with food from a self-sabotage or all or nothing mentality, then we need to also have some craving strategies so that you can get past them and really get to the final stage, which is the fat loss phase. So something that I like to talk about when I talk about nutritional consistency is seasonal strategies. And seasonal strategies is essentially a term that lets you know that your life is going to have seasons and that just like the year is going to have seasons, right? And this is more of a mindset approach to let you know, like, hey, first of all, there's no perfect eating, and different parts of your life and different parts of your day and different parts of your week and some parts of your year are going to require a different approach and a different set of strategy and a different amount of mental bandwidth. So what I mean is, say you're ready to go into a fat loss phase, right? Your fat loss phase is going to require a lot more mindfulness. It's going to require a lot more awareness. It's going to require more bandwidth, a little bit more planning, and a little bit more effort, right? You're going to have to be a little bit more dialed in. And it may not always be the best season of your life to venture into a fat loss phase. For example, I take the summer and I also take the holiday season as an example, right? If you're someone that is always attending parties or traveling or likes to host and you like to make all the pies and you like to indulge and you don't really exercise as consistently, then it's probably not a good time for you to focus on necessarily weight loss during that time period. It might be better for you to focus on maintenance and just maintaining some healthy habits so you feel good moving through that more indulgent time period. Not just seasons of the year, but also seasons of your life. If there's a period of time where maybe you're sick or your kids are going through a hard time or you're going through a challenging time with your partnership or you have a lot of travel coming up or there's a lot of events coming up and you don't have the mental bandwidth to dedicate to consistent exercise and showing up for your nutrition every day and going to bed on time, then it's probably not going to be a good season of your life to focus on fat loss. Now, I do believe in the saying that it's never going to be the right time, but this has to also be taken with a grain of salt. Now, just because it might not be the right season for you to focus on fat loss, it doesn't mean that your whole health routine is still going to go out the window, right? Even during busy times, even during challenging times, even when life gets unpredictable, we still want you staying consistent. We still want you focusing on what I call cornerstone habits that help you stay grounded in your routine, right? And those are 2 or 3 things that you know that you can do well on a daily basis, even when other shit is hitting the fan. So not every season is a fat loss season, right? Some seasons are going to be maintenance seasons. Some seasons are just going to be learning seasons. How can I stay consistent during a busy holiday? How can I stay healthy during a more indulgent summer? Right? It doesn't mean things are going out the window, but you also have to be honest with yourself. Am I ready for fat loss right now? Right? Am I ready for maintenance right now? So something I like to share during seasons of more or less consistency is the 80-20 continuum. The 80-20 continuum is a consistency tool that gets you out of that all or nothing thinking and helps you navigate the gray area without self-sabotage. I want you to think of like a sliding scale. Like just think of like a horizontal line in front of your eyes that's just sliding back and forth. On one end, you have 80-20, and then on the other end, you have 50-50. When I refer to 80-20, I'm talking about 80% focusing on nutrient-dense foods and 20% focusing on more crave or indulgent foods, like things that give you the yum-yums but help you stay more compliant. That might be cookies or chips or pretzels or cake or Cheez-Its or croissants, whatever that specific thing is for you. Now, there's going to be times where that 80-20 shifts, right? Maybe the holidays or a birthday weekend, that 80-20 might go to 70-30. 70% more nutrient-dense foods coming from lean and detox of satisful plates, and 20%, 30% more crave. Maybe 60-40. I never want, right? I'm not going to say never, rather, but we want to try and keep it above 50-50, right? That's why the end of the continuum is 50-50. We want to stay as close to that 80-20 as possible. However, life gets busy, life gets chaotic, life gets unpredictable. So it's okay if that 80-20 slides sometime. But our goal is always to get back to that North Star of 80-20. And this is a seasonal strategy, right? Again, not every season is going to allow us to stay as close to that 80-20. So this is a way for you to let go of that shame, let go of that guilt that you might experience from not staying as consistent, and just know, like, listen, I might not be able to eat 80-20 this particular meal, but tomorrow morning I'm going to start with a satisful plate within 2 hours of wake and I'm going to feel really good. Or I know this weekend's a little bit more indulgent. I have a bachelorette party. That's okay. I know I can get back on track on Monday, aiming for that 80-20 satisful plate as best as I can. Okay, these 2-3 weeks we're traveling or the kids are away and we're on vacation, whatever it might be. Still aiming for that North Star of 80-20 for yourself. Within this second phase of trying to stay more consistent with nutrition while you're eating out, while you're traveling with unpredictable time periods, we have seasonal strategies, which I reviewed, but then we also have craving strategies. Okay. And this is a way to indulge in just enough that you're getting that satisfaction, but not so much so that you're going to sabotage your fat loss goals. Now, when it comes to cravings, we want to manage how often we indulge and how much we indulge when we crave. And we have some craving strategies that are going to help you do that. So one of the craving strategies that have been really instrumental for my clients is called serve and go. Serve and go is a way to indulge in a sweet treat, a salty treat, a decadent treat without overdoing it. And there's different steps outlined within serve and go. I did a episode on this, maybe 15 or 16. I will link it below for you guys. Other craving strategies that we teach our clients during this time period relates to alcohol, which is called sip slow. We also do things like small sweets and leave a little. And these are ways for clients to still indulge, not feel guilty, but also moderate how much they are eating. Because at the end of the day, any food that we crave, any crave food for most of us, if it's not a lean or detox food, isn't necessarily going to fill us up, right? Like, sure, maybe like 4 slices of bread is going to fill us up. But something like a cookie or a cake or chips or pretzels or fries, those aren't really going to fill us up, right? We're eating them because they taste good. We're eating them because we're craving it. We're eating it because it gives us the yum yums. It gives us the satisfaction in that meal. So we don't necessarily want to eat it to feel full. We want to eat it to get that satisfaction. But because the makeup of these foods are so palatable, once we have one, we immediately want another and another and another, and then we end up overdoing it. And the reason is because these foods are set up to affect that impulse of wanting to eat more. If it's salty, if it's sweet, if it's fatty, if it's crunchy, our body's like, yo, I want to eat more of that. Give me more of that shit. So with these craving strategies, we're again trying to monitor how often and how much we're indulging. And again, you can see why this second phase can take more time for people. Well, rather, let me not say more time, but it's something that you're constantly doing, right? It's something that you're constantly working on. It's something that you're constantly putting in practice. And the more you practice it, the more skilled you get at these strategies, the more attuned you get, the better versed you become. And then they become second nature. So this second phase is, again, about helping you stay consistent with satisful meals, not just during the week and letting go on the weekends, not just during the winter when you can stay home and not go out and then you let loose all summer. This is a way to stay consistent all year long through seasonal strategies and craving strategies. I hope this episode is helpful, and I will see you on the next one. If you're someone struggling with cravings, hunger, and overeating, and you're looking to either improve your relationship with food or start on your fat loss journey, you just heard me share that in order for you to have better results that actually last, you need to first start with balancing your hunger and your cravings. This is why I want to invite you to add your name to the waitlist for my new program, the Cravings Code, which launches at the end of April. In this program, you'll work exclusively with me as I guide you along week by week, sharing my proven craving strategies so you can cut cravings by up to 70% in 6 weeks. These are the same strategies I use with my one-on-one clients that have helped them see a significant drop in their desire to overeat, their cravings for cookies, chips, and cheese, and have laid the foundation for their fat loss goals to begin. Adding your name to the waitlist doesn't guarantee you a spot in the program because I want to make sure that you're the right fit, but it will give you early details to when the program will begin and an opportunity to join at a discounted rate. Follow the link below to join, and if you have any questions, find me on Instagram at LauraCavallo __cravings coach. See you soon.